Hey everyone, Thomas here. Hope you're having a great day. I wanted to make a quick tutorial on how to bundle courses. And by that I mean whether it's an e-learning or it's a simulation or if it's a document and you need to put all these things into a Uperform course, how do you go about doing that? There's two methods. I prefer a certain method and I'm going to show you that way now. Before I show you the method that I like, I wanted to show you the final output, and then how to do the other method that I don't like and why I don't like it. So the final product is going to be this in the Uperform. They're just going to have a simple title and directions here. They'll go down to the bottom right, click an arrow. Then they have an intro. I'm trying to get it to pause. Yeah, so it's speaking in my ear. You're going to have this intro track, UPMC bridges, epic, your application, and then your role. And I'll include this in, towards accessible where you can customize it. And then a track. These are the learning items that you said that need to go into the course. And these are actually links. I'm going to go to course tab here. So these are the links that will appear. These are hotspots. And if you have more than 4 or 5, so you have 10, I'll split that and I'll do 5 and 5 on 2 different pages. And then you have your outro, which is just a congrats. There's some audio on the back end I'm going to show you how to put in. And I use Brian Neural, which is like a UK voice. So that's the final output. Looks much better than this next method I'm going to show you. So if you use this method, this is the final product here. It's literally just a couple of lines of text and then some buttons to launch the sims. It doesn't look good and it takes more effort, in my opinion, per sim to do this. The way that you insert a sim that way is you do right click, insert page, scroll down, choose sim or sim with a picture. If you just use sim, that's okay. Then you go to edit simulation properties, insert sim from server because you want the link to be live and update as that sim is updated online. Project epic, and then here, this is the meticulous part that you have to repeat for every single sim you insert into this course. Is say I open up the application, I click the item, I actually got to click the plus button to then open up the translation, and then I have to choose what modes I want it to present to the end user. Workflow demo is view only, guide to practice is click. Then I got to insert, and I have to wait on a publishing process. This time varies. It could be 1 minute, 2 minutes, it could be even longer, depending on hardware and Wi-Fi connection. But again, this is the final product that way. When you do it my way with the hotspots, this is the final product. It just looks nice, and they just hover over each item and click it, and it takes them to their sim. This requires a little more work up front, but then you could quickly just insert a lot of these, and it looks better in my opinion. To do the hotspot method, you're going to need 4 things, one being the Uperform course that you put everything into, but then the other 3 are some kind of spreadsheet or collection of information that shows all your courses and all the items that go into it, and hopefully a link directly to the learning library. You're going to need Notepad. Quickly open that up by clicking the Windows button, typing in Notepad, and just choosing that app there. The reason you need this is because you have to unformat everything before you put it into PowerPoint or Uperform, because it has to look a certain way, and Uperform actually won't even accept a copy and paste from most sources like Excel, Word, PowerPoint, whatever. And if it does accept it, it messes it up, so it looks bad. And then you need the PowerPoint to where you were putting things into. If you want to keep everything nice and organized, I've kind of come up with a little system here, and I'll show you an example on this very short course here, ClinDoc Child Life Async. It's only 2 sims, so it should be pretty easy. What I like to do is I'll copy this and I'll paste it here, and it comes into just however many items you have, and I'll do that twice. So I'll copy, and I'm just going to do it below, paste, do a few enters, and then paste again. What I do then is I will open up these links. So you can just do Control click and it will open it up into tabs. Take your time with that, because if you're too fast with it, it will actually skip a link. So when you come over to this, more than likely, you might get something like this. What I like to do actually is go here, open Management Center, so that I'm in the Management Center to make sure I'm getting the exact desired link. View and Learning Library, you're going to go to this drop down, copy Learning Library link, and then copy to clipboard. Now, if it's actually a sim, then when you do copy Learning Library link, right here will be a drop down where you can choose default or simulation. You want to choose simulation. If you choose default, you're going to be presenting your end user with a tip sheet version. So remember, do a drop down, simulation, copy to clipboard. This is, I'm not sure what this is. It might be like one of the Wii learnings, or this is actually just a PDF. And then this is a Wii learning. So I won't get that option. But for anything the instructional designers created, you're going to get that drop down. So I would just do the copy learning library link, copy to clipboard, and then I'll go to the second one, like where I pasted it twice, and I'll insert the links. So I have one version with no links and a version with links, and that will make sense why I do that in a second. I also copy and paste the title right here, or whatever it is from the spreadsheet. I'll copy this right here at the top, the simulations right here. I'll do that twice, and then I'll insert the links into the top version, into the bottom copy of that. So no links with links. I will then triple click that and Control C to copy, because now I'm coming over into my PowerPoint. I'll click F12 or Save As to then, so I don't save over the template. I will now save PowerPoint just for this project. So in this case, I have a bunch of PowerPoints here. I'm going to name it whatever the name of the course is, and then save. And now I can confidently make changes to it. From here, this is just what I do. What I do is I know this is ClinDoc, one word. And then I come here to the role, paste that in. If I also paste it in the application, I'll just delete that. And I may even delete something extra to make it look nice. I then go to the tracks, and I will copy and paste the no link version. So I can just do this. Now I didn't have to cut out any links, or like copy the title here and paste, and then copy and paste the title here. I can just literally get the whole list. And if you had done it from here, from a spreadsheet, when I come over here and paste, see, it kind of, one, the designer kicks on, and two, it's in a weird format. So then you got to do the Control A, and it's still messed up. So you start experiencing a lot of issues if you don't deformat first. So I'm going to stretch this out a little bit, and then nothing to do on the congratulations. So to recap what you just did, you went to the spreadsheet for the title and the items and the links. You copied and pasted the title and the name over here, and then you opened up the links and got the correct links and put those here. Remember to choose simulation from the dropdown. You put all that into the notepad. You came over to PowerPoint. You created a version, a PowerPoint file just for this project, and you copied and pasted over the title, and then you went to track and you put the titles here, this title and this title. Now what we have to do is just bring it all into Uperform. So go ahead and save your PowerPoint and then open up Uperform. From here, you can click New Document, and I'm going to move it over to the right when I can. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and move it over to the right. It's not sticking. Okay, at this point, all you need is the notepad and the Uperform, because you've copied over from the spreadsheet what you need, and the PowerPoint is made. So now you don't have to look at it. So now you're just looking at this and this. So you're going to click New Document. You can go ahead and copy the title here, put in the file name, Course, Epic, UPMC template, English, and then whatever location you want. and then OK. And oh, okay. So you may have to make sure that you create a certain folder. So I think the correction here is that I originally misspelled courses because I was in a hurry. So that actual path doesn't exist anymore. And if I browse, it may take me a second to get there. A quick way to do this is you can open up your documents. You can quickly navigate through the window like this. I like this window better than the Uperform window. And once you get to where you need to be, you can right click, copy address as text, and then Control A, Control V, and now it takes you to exactly where you want to go without going through its little window here. And so then that should work. Cool. And something about a skin, it's updating a version. For the first page, I just do full and OK. And this is where another little script comes into play that I'm going to provide to you. And I just call it Async course script. And it's for all the fields that you're going to need. So I'm going to do... All right, sorry if you heard my 2-year-old screaming. I won't know if that shows up in the recording or not, but she always screams. Okay, so back to this script here. So I just copy and paste that there. I copy and paste the title of the course here. Then I go to right click, import PowerPoint. So this is where the PowerPoint comes into play. And all you have to do now is find the name of the course. You can do date modified and it should appear right on top if it's the last one that you made. And this pop up, you're going to do this. So this is the PowerPoint. You're going to click this plus button. And now you can preview each slide that you're bringing in. If you want to bring them all in, you're going to check this box and then you're going to go down and do image. You must do image. If you click full or anything else, it's literally just going to strip the text out of the PowerPoint. If you want the actual slide to appear, you must choose image. So yes, I want to import those slides. And since you're only doing maybe 3 or 4, not a big deal. Doesn't take any time at all. I like to also rename the slides. So slide 1, I will just do like intro. Double click here. And I just like to do this track. And if I have multiple pages of tracks, I'll do track 1, 2, 3. And congrats, I like to do outro. From here, you can go ahead and do the hotspots, or what I like to do is just refer back to the script and go ahead and take care of the audio in the background. Before I even do that, I like to go to, I like to change the voice. You could choose whatever voice has been approved. I like Brian Neural. The way that you do that is you go to File, Document Properties, Text to Speech, uncheck that box, open this drop down, click Name, drag this out a little bit, and then look for whoever you want. Like I said, I like Brian Neural. You can also hover over this and use your mouse key if you're off by a couple, like you accidentally clicked one, to get the one you like. Then it's okay. Now, as you preview the slides, you're going to have the correct voice and timing because they talk a little faster, slower. So for intro, I like to take from the intro, I like to just copy and paste all this. And then for course title, I already kind of have it right there. So in this case, ClinDoc Child Life Async course, instead of a dash, if you want a little pause, do a comma. Also, you could do epic right there. I like to go ahead and go to the next one, the track. And here's back to the script. And here's the track dialogue or monologue. And the outro, same thing. And right here for course title, we've already kind of set it right here. Epic ClinDoc Child Life Async course. This is a bit of a mouthful, but you as the principal trainer, designer, you can come here and change this anytime you want. Remember to include a comma if you want a little pause there. And you could test how that sounds by clicking this play button. Well, now we need to make sure that we got all our audio in. And by the way, as you're laying these down, you want to make sure audio source is default. Sometimes it switches to manual and that messes it up. And you won't have this little icon here, speaker icon, which indicates that it's broke. Okay, now that we've done that, we need to, we've taken care of the PowerPoint import, we've taken care of the audio. Now we need to go back to the course tab and start working on the hotspots. So I'm going to go to the track tab or multiple track tabs. I'm going to right click. I'm going to bring this out a little bit. didn't really help. Not a very good interface. I can't really shift around very easily, but I'm gonna right click, insert hotspot, change type to web link. Now over here, I can just triple click and I can select the link. So this is why you want to separate no links and links. This is for, you can copy and paste into the PowerPoint, and then here you can copy and paste into the Uperform, the links and whatnot. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste into link location, go to display, turn off the background color, because if you don't, it appears like this weird red gradient. So I go to right click, edit hotspot now, display, turn that off, okay. And I like to expand it out to the longest item. Now I can, instead of doing all that again, I can right click, copy, right click, paste, and drag down. And so I need to change that link now. So I can right click, so say that there were like 5 or so right here. I could literally, what I like to do is count. So say there was 5 right here. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 5 total. So there's 4 left without a link. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when I come up here to copy and paste that hotspot, I do copy and then 4, 3, 2, 1. I count up, then I count down. So I could do this: drag, 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 drag. And Control C, Control V does not work on that. So just another Uperform quirk. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and delete those, not needed. I do, however, need to update the links, because otherwise they would all go to the first link. So right click, edit hotspot, copy and paste the link location, and now we're done. So you would really just need to go and do quality control now. You want to make sure that the title and the directions are good, that this is the correct, the application or role are the correct, that those align with the Uperform project, that the tracks are there, that they all have a hotspot, that you have updated those hotspots, and there's not really anything with the audio. Go to the audio tab. Sorry, there's not much with the outro slide to change. On the audio tab, you then have just making sure all the audio is there, that you've inserted this little bit about the application and the role. All that's there. It's in the voice that you like. And then of course you can go over to the preview tab and do it, but I'm not going to do that right now. So the Uperform project is done. And this was the final stop really. So now you just need to make sure to save and then check it in. And if I have gotten to your application at least once, I've done one async learning for your application, then I have created a async learning folder. So I'm opening up ClinDoc, and as you can see, I have not made that. So I need to make that before I upload this. Okay, and now I can check in current. And in this case, I'm going down to ClinDoc. It has the async courses. I click OK, and now it's doing a check-in. Now remember, this does not publish it, so it's not publicly available. If someone follows the link to this course, it's not going to work. So you could do all your courses, for instance, and then go and publish them all at once, which is what I like to do. To be taken directly to where this is stored, you could just go to library, and it should take you right to where you need to go. So it took me all the way to where this is checked in. I can then click publish, and it should happen really quickly because it's just a course that holds links. It's not an actual simulation that needs to be processed and published. You could also take one step back, say that you had like 10 in here, and instead of publishing it individually, you can just do this drop down, and it will have a publish button, and it will publish everything in that folder. You could also go even further back to the application folder and do the drop down and publish, and it will publish everything in this folder. But then in the little pop-up, it will say, do you also want to publish stuff in the subfolders? In this case, the async courses, and you could just say yes. Okay, and the final and one of the most important steps to getting this package, these courses, to the LMS is that you are not publishing from within Uperform, you're publishing within the server. There is a difference. So when you go here into the client or the editor and you do file publish, publish current, batch publish, whatever, you are publishing a local file that is dead, meaning that if you put it into the LMS is not reaching back out to the server to see what the most up-to-date version is. If you want something like that, you first must load it into Uperform here. So I'm going to do async courses. I'm going to open this up, go to the translation, and then do the drop down and get package. Get package is what you want to share with the LMS team, because this is like a link that the LMS can reach back to the server, so that if you edit this sim or if you edit your course, the LMS is reaching out to the Uperform server to see what the most up-to-date version is. So it is a live link. So again, if you're in the client and you do file publish, you're not only wasting your time, but you're producing a dead link that will not update with the LMS. But if you come here, you open it all the way down and you do the drop down and get package, that is a live link. All right, well, that was very meticulous and technical. There's really no way around it. You know, you could either do the insert sim, which doesn't look as good, or you can do the whole, you know, spreadsheet, notepad, PowerPoint into Uperform method that I showed you just now. I think it looks better and works better. Sorry if I talked really fast and went through that very quickly. That's just how I work and talk. So I apologize about that, but hey, it's a video. You could always rewind and do it again. I will also try to make sure to make a learner guide for this, because it's so meticulous, you know, kind of a step-by-step thing that you can download and refer back to. But hey, I hope this helped, and thanks for watching, and hope you have a great day.